Most new authors believe the secret to success is publishing as many books as possible. More books means more royalties, right? Not always. In fact, publishing too many books too fast can actually hurt your income and your reputation and potentially your long-term success. In this video, I'll break down why more books doesn't always equal more money and what you should focus on instead. If that sounds good, stick around and let's dive right into it. All right, part one, the myth of volume publishing. There's a big myth in the publishing world that goes a little something like this. If you just pump out book after book, eventually you'll hit the jackpot. And yes, having a catalog helps. I say it all the time. But if your books are low quality, poorly marketed, or just plain rushed, then you'll end up with a shelf full of titles that barely ever sells. And even worse than that, readers won't trust you as an author. Think about it this way. Would you rather have 20 books that each sell 2 copies per month, or 5 books that each sell 200 copies per month? The difference isn't quantity, it's strategy. Which brings me to part two, quality beats quantity. The truth is, one well-positioned high-quality book can outperform a dozen low-quality ones. Why? Because books don't just sell themselves. They need to have a compelling cover, a keyword-rich, click-worthy title, a persuasive description, and finally, reviews that prove it's worth reading. If you split your attention across too many books, you can't give each one the polish it deserves or the attention that it needs. And readers notice, and so does Amazon's algorithm. Quality books with consistent sales get promoted. Weak ones, they sink to the bottom. So part three, the marketing bottleneck. Another reason more books doesn't necessarily equal more money is simple, marketing. Every book that you publish needs its own launch strategy, keywords, categories, and review cycle. If you're juggling 10 half-baked books, your marketing gets spread very thin and none of them get traction. But if you put your energy into just 1 or 2 books, then you can actually build momentum. Reviews pile up, word of mouth spreads, and your sales begin to compound. Then Amazon sees the activity and starts to push your book higher in search results. That's how you create the snowball effect. So part 4, the reader relationship. Readers don't just buy books, they buy into authors. If someone loves your first book, they'll look for your second one. But if your catalog is filled with rushed, inconsistent work, readers will lose trust fast. Long story short, the authors who win long-term are ones that build relationships with their readers. They write books that deliver on a promise, then follow up with more books that keep the standard high. That builds loyalty, and loyalty turns into repeat sales across your entire catalog. Which brings me to the final part, part 5, smart scaling versus burnout. Don't get me wrong, having multiple books is powerful, but the key is smart scaling. Publish a book, get it selling, and then move on to the next while continuing to support the first. This way, your catalog grows in strength instead of weakness, and you avoid the trap of burnout, because cranking out 20 rushed books in a month is a recipe for exhaustion and disappointment. So let's recap. More books doesn't guarantee more money. One quality book can outperform a whole shelf of rushed ones. Marketing spreads too thin if you publish too much. Readers buy into trust and consistency, not just titles. And smart scaling beats burnout every time. If you want to learn how to publish books the right way, building quality, momentum, and long-term royalties, that's exactly what I teach in my complete course. The link is below if you're ready to start publishing smarter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.